Hello and welcome to Question Time. I'm Benga Ashir. As the federal government moves to grow the economy, strengthen its political institutions, and beef up its security apparatus, the need for an effective database can't be undermined. Today, the National Identity Commission is determined to ensure that 50 million Nigerians are enrolled into the National Identity Number Scheme from the current record of 28 million before the end of 2018. Now, be that as it may, is there the capacity to achieve a 50 million target with barely 6 months to go? And can there be a sufficient national planning with just 50 million Nigerians into the National Identity Scheme, which is just a quarter of the total population of Nigeria? Now, these and more questions are what we'll be looking at as we take the Director General of the National Identity Management Commission, Alhaji Aliyu Aziz Abubakar, on the show. Join us in this interview.
All over the world, it's only the people that want to travel, that is the top 5% of the society that will always go for an international passport. But the remaining people, that is those that wants to drive, will go for driver's license. But the majority of the people don't really travel, even within the country too. Majority of the people stay within their own domain, within their own local government. So it's for this majority of the people that we really require national identification number for. But also, even the person that also has the international passport must have the national identification number first, because it is the foundational identification.
Is it possible to have a common ground that is one serving all this purpose?
Well, so far that is why we've been coming up with the ecosystem approach, so that we can all collaborate and do similar work, because it's the same person, whether he's in passport, driver's license, or in the banking sector, is the same person. Therefore, the biometrics is the same. So, and by law, it's NIMC that will now host these biometrics and then give it out for verification service to the functional identities.
So, is there any stumbling block in achieving this?
Well, so far, because in our nation that we have not been used to some form of identity, and the identity cards programs that we have had all failed. So there is need to have that. All other smaller countries do have some form of identity, because it serves the purpose of security purpose, planning purposes, and also for whatever that you do.
I'm asking this because I'm a bit concerned about the political will in achieving this mandate. Now, you have a clear task, of enrolling about 200 million population for a national ID card exercise. So, do you think you have the wherewithal to go about this?
Well, I believe that from the inception of this particular program, that is when the Act was set up in 2007, we have had political will. From that 2007, through all the presidents that we have, and including our current president, Muhammadu Buhari, that when he came in, he said that we need to harmonize all the identity sectors, and the law is there that you need to have the number. After having the number, we can then be able to come up with strategies to also print the card. Mind you, the card also have to be a secure card.
Now, when you're talking about flying the advantage of using the numbers rather than relying fully on the cards that might be capital intensive, and you talk about the need for security. But we have a situation on ground where people who registered over 3 years ago are even yet to get their numbers.
No. People that have registered will always get 2 slips. The second slip that you get is the NIN slip. It looks something like this, and you will have a NIN that is stated here. So that is the number. You are talking about the plastic, which is the card. And this number, as you register, within 2 hours, our backend will be able to generate this number. But the card, of course, requires more intensive work. It requires Forex. It requires, because it has like 13 applets, it needs to talk to so many subsystems to get that ready. So far we have been slow in that, in the card. We only printed about 1.5 million cards right now, and we are at 20, because we follow first come, first serve.
So in terms of the power of accreditation and validity, how valid is this card? Can you tender it in the banks?
Well, it is the number. So in the Act, Clause 27 says that subject to when NIMC comes up with regulations, then you need to present the number, the National Identification Number, NIN, for the following services. While you are obtaining an international passport, or you are opening a bank account or doing financial transaction, or you do insurance transaction or land transaction or pension, taxation, national health insurance, all consumer credits and registration of voters, and any other one that NIMC so puts in a gazette. And throughout 2017, we spent the time to come up with regulations which were signed by the Attorney General of the Federation, and they become law. That you take your child to school, you need to present that. You are doing any transaction, you need to present this number.